Okay, welcome back. We will do one more example before we go into the other topics. Let's do a simple conversion program from Fahrenheit to or Celsius to Fahrenheit. Yeah. So let me call this as C to F converter. Okay, and I took the formula from internet, which is basically if temperature in centigrade is given, and to find out F in Fahrenheit, I just need to perform this operation. Yeah. So let's do that quickly. First and foremost thing you need is main function. Yeah. And obviously these temperatures are in float, so I'll declare float F C. I think that's enough. Yeah. And we need to read the temperature from console. So I obviously need scanner class. So scanner let me call it as a new object that you need to create. And for this, you have to give system.in as the argument parameter. Yeah. So essentially what it means is, okay, let me fix this. Okay, so we created an object of type scanner for system.in. System.in is our console. Yeah. Now from here we can actually read. So to read it, we will simply say first enter the temperature in C. Yeah. So that we're going to read it. So C equal to next float. This is a float number. Yeah. So now F equal to, yeah, we know that it is C into 1.8, yeah, plus 32. Okay, and here I wanted to explain few things. Yeah, one thing is whenever we are performing multiple operations using multiple operators, this is called a statement, right? A Java statement, and the Java statement has basically multiple operations here. One is the multiplication operation, and another one is the plus operator. Yeah, and just like any other mathematical world, okay. So here, whenever you have multiple operands, sorry, multiple operators, essentially we follow the same standard priority, right? So multiplication take higher priority over plus. So whenever I say C is variable which contains basically whatever the input float number that user gives into 1.8. So this operation is performed first, and then the result of this will be used to add to 32, and that result will be assigned to variable F. Yeah. Now it is complaining. So let's see why is it complaining. So it is saying that you have performed a float. I mean, it is expected that it is a float operation, but then C into 1.8 when we did it. Yeah. So this has become double. Can you think why it has become double? So this particular operation has become double by default. Yeah. The reason for this is float. C is float, right? And 1.8 by default is double. This is a constant 1.8. If I am not specifying F, so this will become double. Yeah. Now because of that, what happened is C into 1.8, which is float into double, has become a result has become double by default. A double plus an integer value. 32 is just an integer, right? So double plus integer has become double, and that result double we are trying to assign it to a variable which is a float. Yeah. Now this is where it is complaining and saying that okay, you are actually doing something wrong because you have higher precision value, but you are trying to put it in a variable which is of lower precision. So I have to explicitly tell system that no, I want this 1.8 to be a float. Yeah. Now this is done. Yeah. But sometime what happens, just for your information here, sometime let's see, I wanted to perform an operation this and this multiplication just for the sake of discussion. Yeah. So now your expectation is this and this should be added and the result should be multiplied to 32. Yeah, that is your expectation. Yeah. But if you provide it this way, what happens is system will perform this operation first. Why this operation first? Because multiplication has higher precedence over addition. So higher priority over addition. So higher precedence. So because of that, what happens is your result or your operation will be this first. Always system performs one operation at a time. So it will perform this operation, take the result and then add it to C. Yeah. But if you really wanted an addition to happen first, then you have to override the default precedence by putting them in the bracket. So bracket has the highest precedence, highest priority. So whenever there is a bracket, yeah, or be it inner bracket, so those will be taken basically the first priority. The result will be performed and the multiplication happens. Yeah. So this we need to remember. Anyway, as and when we start working a little more complex programs, we'll encounter them. But right now, okay, I'll fix this. This is plus operation. Yeah. So now that operation has been added into a float. Now I just need to print it. So I just want to print it in a better way, saying that this much of degree in C is equal to this much of temperature in F. Okay. So for that, I just need to say C plus in Celsius is equal to, okay, that is F in F. So what exactly we're trying to explain, or we're trying to print here, is the value of C, whatever the value that user has inputted, will be used here. So that value, let's say I have entered 32.5 degree. Yeah? So 32.5 in C is equal to whatever that computed value in F. Yeah? So let's run this. Okay, so it is saying, okay, 34.5. Yeah, and it's just saying 34.5 in C is equal to 94.1 in F. Yeah, so this is how you can actually perform simple operations. Yeah, and quickly, just for your information again, sometimes you may want to print it with, let's say, if it is a monetary thing, right? And you wanted to print it up to 2 decimal point. Yeah, so in such cases, instead of print ln, you can obviously use another technique called printf, where we can actually specify the format specifiers. Yeah. So in such cases, I have to slightly tweak this. Let me put this in comment so that you can see both. And I'll copy this whole thing and put it here. Yeah. Now instead of print with new line, I will simply change this to a format which is acceptable. So I have to first specify the value, that is C has to come here. So for that, just imagine if you worked in C programming or C++, right? So the way we have to use a format specifier, same way we can use format specifier here. So by percentage dot 2f, we are saying that I wanted to use a variable value here whose decimal value should be 0.2. Okay, so that we are trying to put it here in C is equal to, I make mistakes. Okay, equal to same thing, percentage 0.2 F. Yeah, in F. And here there are two variables that I have to specify because I used two specifiers here. One is C, another one is F. Yeah. So now what exactly it means, the difference between these two lines is very simple. Wherever it encounters, our system encounters format specifier like here, it will replace it with the value of the first variable. For first format specifier, first variable. And again, it will print this whole thing as it is. And again, it encounters another format specifier here. Yeah. Then it will look for second variable. Yeah. And then it will print remaining thing as it is. So now let's execute this and give the same input, 34.5. Yeah, so 34.5. And now you can see these are in 2-digit after decimal point. Yeah, so this is how you can actually do some sort of formatting, etc. Yeah, yeah. So we will see other topics in the next video. Thank you.